Hey everyone, today's video is about when you almost die. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's get going. It had been an ordinary day. You were on your way home after a long shift at the agency, your muscles aching and your mind exhausted. The cool night air was refreshing against your skin as you walked down the quiet streets of Mistivu. You felt your phone buzz in your pockets, and you smiled as you saw Bakugou's name on the screen. From Bakugou, you on your way home? You quickly typed out a reply, your heart warming at the thought of him waiting for you. You? Yeah, just a few blocks away. You couldn't wait to see him, no matter how rough the day had been. Being with Bakugou always made everything better. Despite his rough exterior, you knew how much he cared about you. His presence was like a comforting fire that warmed you from the inside out. You were so lost in your thoughts that you didn't notice the ominous presence behind you until it was too late. A sharp pain shot through your side, and you stumbled forward, barely catching yourself before you hit the ground. You gasped, looking down to see blood seeping through your shirt. Panic surged through you as you turned around, only to find the villain standing a few feet away, a cruel smile on their face. Not so tough without your hero boyfriend, huh? The villain sneered, stepping closer. You tried to summon your quirk, but the pain in your side was too intense. Your vision blurred, and you could feel your strength slipping away. You needed to get out of there, needed to get to Bakugou, but the villain was faster, grabbing you by the throat and slamming you against your wall. You choked, struggling to breathe as their grip tightened. Darkness started to creep into the edges of your vision, and you could feel yourself slipping away. But then, just as you were about to lose consciousness, there was an explosion of light and sound. The villain was torn away from you, and you collapsed to the ground, gasping for air. You heard a familiar voice, rough and angry, shouting something, but it was all a blur. Hey, stay with me. Bakugou's voice cut through the fog in your mind, and you blinked up at him. His face was pale, his eyes wide with fear as he knelt beside you. His hands hovered over you, unsure of where to touch without hurting you more. Katsuki, you managed to gasp out, your voice barely a whisper. Don't talk, idiot, he growled, but his voice wavered. His hands were shaking as he pressed them against the wound in your side, trying to stem the bleeding. You're gonna be fine, okay? Just hang on. You could see the fear in his eyes, a fear that you had rarely seen before. Bakugou was always so strong, so confident, but right now, he looked terrified. You wanted to reach out to him, to comfort him, but you yourself were so tired. You just wanted to close your eyes and rest. Don't you dare close your eyes on me. Bakugou snapped, his voice breaking. Stay awake. I'm not losing you. Damn it. You blinked, trying to focus on his face. The world was spinning, but you forced yourself to stay conscious. For him. You're not gonna lose me, you whispered, your hand reaching out to grasp his. I'm right here. Bakugou squeezed your hand so tightly it hurt, but you didn't mind. It grounded you, kept you tethered to him. You could see the raw emotion in his eyes, the vulnerability that he rarely showed to anyone but you. You're a damn idiot. Why didn't you wait for me? You know I would have walked with you. Didn't want to bother you. You tried to smile, but it came out more as a grimace. Bother me? You think making sure that you're safe is a bother? Damn it, Toyan. You could hear the anger in his voice, but beneath that, there was so much fear. You wanted to reassure him, to tell him that you would be okay, but the pain was overwhelming, and you could feel yourself slipping on the gun. Bakugou cursed under his breath, quickly pulling out his phone. I'm calling for help. Just hang on a little longer, okay? You nodded weakly, the edges of your vision growing darker. You could hear Bakugou talking urgently into the phone, but his words were distant, like he was speaking from underwater. Right here. Stay with me. His voice was falling, and now, no matter how you tried, you couldn't keep your eyes open any longer. The last thing you felt was his hand gripping yours, warm and strong, before everything went black. When you finally woke up, the world was bright, a bit too bright for your liking. You blinked, squinting against the harsh light until your vision adjusted. The sterile smile of antiseptic filled your nose, and you realized that you were in a hospital room. Your body ached, but the sharp pain from earlier had dulled to a manageable throb. You turned your head slightly to see Bakugou sitting beside your bed, his head resting on his arms. As he slept, and even in sleep, his brows was furrowed, worry etched into his features. Katsuki, you whispered, your voice hoarse. His head shot up immediately, red eyes locking onto yours. Relief flooded his face as he quickly reached for your hand. You're awake, he said, his voice rough with emotion. Thank God. You tried to smile, but it came out weak. Hey, sorry for scaring you. Scaring me. Bakugo scoffed, but you could see the tension in his jaw. Is that what you care about? You almost died, you idiot. His words hung heavy in the air, the reality of the situation sinking in. You had been so close to death, closer than you've ever been before. The thought sent a shiver down your spine. I'm sorry, he whispered again, tears welling up in your eyes. Bakugo sighed, his expression softening as he brushes the stray hair from your forehead. Don't apologize. Just don't do that to me again, okay? You nodded, tears rolling down your cheeks. I won't, I promise. He leaned down, pressing his forehead against yours. Good, 'cause I don't know what I'd do without you. You could hear the vulnerability in his voice, and it broke your heart. Bakugo was always so strong, always so sure of himself. But right now, he was just a man who loved you more than anything in the world. I love you, Katsuki, you whispered, your voice trembling with emotion. He pulled back slightly, looking into your eyes with an intensity that took your breath away. I love you too, Lion. More than anything. And for a moment, the two of you just stayed like that, wrapped in each other's arms. The world outside the hospital room faded away, leaving only the two of you and the love you shared. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye!